All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salute to the Akim out there that's pushing this truth in all sincerity. Shalom even unto those that's learning and listening as well. It's the brother Monica coming at you with another video. And the title of this video is going to be called For the Spirit of the Lord Filleth the World. And that's after the scripture of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 7. And it reads, it says, For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things have knowledge of the voice. Therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. Verse 9, For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. So the first scripture that I want to read afterwards is the one I believe is in Isaiah 47. Yeah, exactly. It says, and this is all concerning the wicked. So it says, you know what I'll do? I'll start with verse 8 in Isaiah 47. Therefore hear now this, that thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, and neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, and they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantment. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am none else beside me. And this scripture here, or the couple of verses that I read, and just two of the precepts that I was reading as well, which I'm aiming at the elite, and so fortunate that they control the trends of the world. And these same people have an agenda. But speaking of their agenda, and also the topic of this video, like the scripture as I've just read, let me read it again. It says, For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things have the knowledge of the voice. No, it's verse 9. It says, For the inquisition shall be made into the counsel of the ungodly, and the sound of his word shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. So the words that were spoken in secret, in these secret councils, these meetings, such as, as we all know now, the ones that are awakened, that our eyes are open, of course. We could talk about the Bilderberg meeting. We talk about the Trilateral Commission, all of these meetings and these secret councils amongst the wicked, a.k.a. Esau, the nation of Edom, which is the so-called white people today, beginning with the top banking families, such as the Rothschilds and all of these fortunate other families that hold all the power belonging to the society. All right, the Lord have already heard their words and their wickedness, and has seen it. Even let's speaking about seeing what they have done and what they are doing as of right now. Let's read Proverbs 15, verse 3. It says, The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So there's no secret or thing hidden in the eyes of the Lord. Okay? And there's nothing unheard that is heard. There is nothing that you can hide in terms of your words in secret, because your words are heard in secret. So all of these agendas and plans that are spoken of in these secretive councils among the Edomites, the top tier families of Esau, which control this system, and also I have to also mention these politicians and these different formations of sects of government, the Lord has already heard, and still to this very moment in time is hearing their counsels right as they speak. Okay, but as the Most High made them to be carnal minded, and because they're carnal minded, they can't perceive that there's an hidden power, because they like to pretend, or not pretend, they like to be but an unknown group of people. But there's an unknown power that's out there that's actually hearing what everybody is saying, including what they're saying, being that they control the people and they lead over the people, therefore making plans and setting up agendas. You think the Lord ain't hearing them? The Lord is hearing everything that they're doing. All right? And when it's all said and done, when they perish, if they do perish, they're going to be brought before the judgment seat of the Lord. Let's get that in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 10. So it says, this is what Paul was saying. So, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Mashiach, that everyone may receive the thing done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up a little bit. I want to read Ecclesiastes chapter 12. And then I'll go back and read 2 Corinthians 5 again. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. Now let's read all the way down. We're going to skip all the way down a couple of verses towards verse 14. It says, for the Most High shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right. So when you go before the Heavenly Father, or as it says, the judgment seat of Christ, which is Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that everyone may receive the thing done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. And that just don't simply apply to Israelites. That applies to all of the nations. And the main nation that's going to receive more so of the judgment, bad judgment, are the men within the nation of Esau and Edom that's dwelling in these secret councils. And speaking about on how they can then get the birthright. But that's not the case. And the proof is right here, because David had a vision of seeing the men sitting in secret councils and speaking about things that are against our people. So let's read this. This is Psalm 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Exactly, again. They say, who shall see them? Because they're in secret. And this is, like I said, this is why you have secret councils such as the Bilderberg meeting, and this meeting and that meeting. What do you think they're talking about? Okay, the reason why they're in secret, because they're speaking about things that's going to go up against the people. And the main people that they're talking about in secret is you tribes. All right? Which makes up the so-called Negro and so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, which are in fact the real Jews, or the real Israelites that the Bible speaks about. The real descendants of who you call Jacob in the Bible. That's who these people are speaking up against in secret. But the Most High is already hearing their words, and also still to this very moment, the current words that they're speaking up against us. Okay? And this is why David saw the vision, because the Lord gave him the vision of what these men would say in the future, in secret. So let's get the book of Luke 12, verse 1. Starting with verse 2. Let's read verse 2. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ears in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Exactly. And this is why you have agendas such as the Rex 84 plan. You also have plans such as the Project Megiddo. So where does all of these legislations come from? These legislations come from the men that were speaking about these things in the secret councils. So they printed these things that they wanted that they're going to do in the future. Okay, it all began with these people dwelling in secret councils. All right, but what these secret councils of evil, wicked men are unaware of, because they're carnal minded, they're unaware of that there's a secret, hidden, cryptid power that's actually hearing everything that they're saying, and there's angels surrounding them. The angels of the Lord is surrounding them, and therefore giving the message back to the Most High. Okay, and this is why as I read once again Proverbs 15 verse 3, it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding evil and the good. So what are the eyes of the Lord? If you want to get deep, it's the angels. So this unseen, hidden angels or spirits that work for the Heavenly Father, and they're hearing things of what we're saying down here on earth. All right? So there's no getting away. Now you may get away from the eyes of men, but the eyes of the Lord, as the scripture says in the Apocrypha, are 10 times brighter than the sun. And as I've just read to you in Luke 12, it says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So whatever the Rothschilds and his men are saying about what they're going to do or what they're planning on doing in the future is already heard in the heavens. So there's no hiding, man. There's no hiding and seeking. Okay? And everything that they're doing or about to do is going to lead up to their own destruction. It's going to lead up to their own downfall, and it's going to pretty much be that they're going to have to experience what we've experienced, because they have decided to curse Jacob. As the scripture says, whoso curseth thee shall be accursed. So because they decided to accuse us and to do all that they can to keep us under the curses that we're under right now, they're going to be under the curses now. And it's all beginning with these lower level Edomites that you see every day, that you work around every day. They're beginning to experience the curses a little. And those curses, all of this, excuse me, the Lord is getting these curses to cover the whole entire race. Let's get Deuteronomy 30. We're going to get Deuteronomy 30. Verse 7. And it says, and the Lord thy power put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And the main nation that hates us the most is the so-called white people, which is the descendants of Esau, also known as the Edomites. So the curses that's placed upon us right now will be placed upon them. And it's all beginning with these lower level devils, and then it's going to get up to the higher up devils that are in these secret councils speaking about all manner of wickedness that they want to manifest. So let's continue to read verse 9. I'll read this again actually. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. For the air of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmuring is not hid. Therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. Seek not death in the air of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction for the works of your hands. So in other words, even we have to be careful what we say. You know, you got to be careful in what you say about even a brother in the truth. You may be talking about a brother in the truth, and you know, it may not be good. The Most High is going to bring that upon you. All right. So this is why even we must be careful in what we say about certain men and brothers, and especially brothers in the truth. Okay? Because our words are being heard. So let's read verse 13. It says, for the Most High made not death, neither have he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things, that they might have their being. And the generation of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortal. Verse 16, but the ungodly men with their works and words call it to them. For when they thought have it their friend, they consumed to naught, and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it. Exactly. They are worthy to be consumed to naught. All right? Because whatever it is that they're doing, which is of evil and wickedness, is of naught. They want to get rid of all of the tribes of Israel. Okay? But that's not going to happen, because the Lord, that's not the plan. That's not written in prophecy. So whatever's not written in prophecy that they want to manifest, it ain't going to be made manifest. But what's going to be made manifest 1,000 years after these people serve captivity, and I'm talking about these crackers, they're going to be exterminated. That's written in prophecy. But the extermination of the nation of Israel, that's not written in prophecy. So that's all I have right here, man. But like I said, you know, these different secretive meetings that these devils are having between themselves is all being heard. So with that, I say shalom.